We are going to study the next concept from the lesson sets. The name of the concept is the types of sets. Today we have to study the types of the sets. We have 4 types of the set here given in the textbook. The first type of the set, it is singleton set. First type of the set, it is singleton set. See, we have the meaning here in the word singleton, the set having one and only one element. The set having one and only one element is called as singleton set. It is too easy. The set which is having only one, that is one and only one element or one and only one member, then that set is called as singleton set. So here we will write set having one and only one element, one and only one element or member, one and only one element is called as singleton set, is called as singleton set. A set having one and only one element is called as singleton set. So we will take some examples here. For example, set of even prime numbers, set of even prime numbers. Now we can write the set of even prime numbers. We can write the set by using listing method, and we can observe how many elements are there in the set. So here we will write the set, that is A is equal to into the curly bracket 2, that is the even prime number. We have one and only one even prime number, that is 2. So this set A is called as singleton set. We will take one more example. You can write so many examples. Just we have to write example such that the set which is given into the example, it should be includes one and only one, that is single element only. Then it is called as singleton set. So we will write one more example, that is set of numbers, neither prime, set of the numbers neither prime nor composite. Set of the numbers which is neither prime nor composite, and we will write that set here. B is equals to into the curly bracket. We have to write all the numbers which are neither prime nor composite, and it is 1 only. 1 is the number which is neither prime nor composite, so it is called as singleton set. Here we have set A, that is singleton set because one and only one element is there in the set. Set B, it is also singleton set because it has one and only one element. So we can rectify, we can represent it as singleton set. So this is the first type of the set, and that is singleton set. Set having one and only one element, that is called as singleton set. Now we have second type of set, that is null set, that is null set, or the another name of this same type, that is empty set, that is empty set. Here also we have the meaning in the word only, in the name itself, that is empty. If nothing is there, then we can say it as empty, or we can say it as null. Null means nothing is there in the given set. If there is no any element in the given set, then that set is called as null set, or it is called as empty set. If we have one element only, then it is singleton set. If no element is there in the set, then it is called as null set, or it is also called as empty set. So here you can write set having no element. Set having no element is called as empty set or null set. Now we can write some examples here. The set having no element, that is called as empty set or null set. असा संच ज्या संचामध्ये एकही घटक आलेला नसतो त्याला आपण नल सेट किंवा एम्प्टी सेट किंवा मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला रिक्त संच, रिकामा संच, रिक्त संच असं म्हणू शकतो. सो हिअर विल राईट एक्झाम्पल. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, नाउ हाऊ टू राईट अ सेट विच इज नॉट हॅव्हिंग एलिमेंट. एकही एलिमेंट त्यामध्ये नसला पाहिजे. वी हॅव टू राईट द सेट which is not having single element, or it should not contain a element. एकही एलिमेंट त्यामध्ये नसला पाहिजे. So how you can write the set? You can write so many examples. Right, we'll see first example here. Set of natural numbers between set of natural numbers between 5 and 6. Set of natural numbers between 5 and 6, and we all of you know that there is no any natural number between 5 and 6, because after 5 6 is there and before 6 5 is there. In between 5 and 6 there is no any natural number. Only we write the set which is not including a single element, which is not including any element, that is called as empty set. So see this example, set of natural numbers between 5 and 6, and if we try to write the set, we will write n is equals to into the curly bracket, no any element is there, we do not have any element, single element is not there, so that is called as empty set. N is equal to empty set, or you can represent the empty set by using the letter phi. See, this is the symbol of phi. I already told you to make the list of the symbols which we studied in this lesson. We have different types of symbols in this lesson. So many symbols we have to write here, we have to remember here. So this is, I think, third symbol. Before this we write two symbols, that is the symbol of element of and not an element of. See, this is the symbol of element of and this is the symbol of not the element of. We studied these two symbols previously, and now we have one more symbol, that is phi. This is represented as phi, and it is used to represent the empty set. When the set is empty and we have to represent that set, at that time we have to use this symbol which is called as phi. This letter or this symbol is known as phi, and we use it to show the empty set only. If there is no any element in the set, you can represent that empty set by this symbol. Nothing is there in the curly bracket, only curly bracket is there, no any element is there in the set. So this is empty set, or you can represent that set by this sign, that is n is equal to phi. We will write here empty set. Empty set is represented by phi. This symbol is used to represent the empty set, or you can simply draw the curly bracket only. No any element is there in the set, so it is empty set. That is second type of the set, and it is null set or it is empty set. We studied two types of the set here. Totally we have four types in all. First one is singleton set, second one is null set or it is also called as empty set, and now you have to take the third type. We have four types, that is singleton set, null set or it is also called as empty set, then finite set and the infinite set. Third type of set, that is finite set. We have third type of set, it is finite set. If the number of elements in the given set are countable, if the number of elements in the given set are countable, then it is called as finite set. It is too easy. Finite meaning is here in the word only, finite. If we are able to count the elements in the set, there are 10 elements or there are 15 elements or there are 100 elements in the given set. If we are able to count, then that is called as finite. The meaning of the word finite is countable. The meaning of the word finite is countable, जे की आपल्याला मोजता येतात. जर दिलेल्या संचातील घटक मोजता येत असतील तर त्याला म्हणायचं फायनाईट सेट. मराठीमध्ये आपण त्याला शांत संच असं म्हणू. आणि इनफायनाईट आहे नेक्स्ट, दॅट इज इनफायनाईट सेट, त्याला आपण अनंत संच जे मोजता येत नाहीत, अनकाउंटेबल. The number of elements are countable, then it is finite set. So we'll write here, if the number of elements in the set, if the number of elements in the given set or in the set are countable, if the number of elements in the set are countable, then it is called as finite set. Then it is called as finite set if the number of elements are countable. For example, now you can write so many examples. Just we have one condition that the element in the set should be countable. त्या सेटमधील जे एलिमेंट्स आहेत ते आपल्याला मोजता आले पाहिजेत, काउंट करता आले पाहिजेत. आणि जर काउंट करता येत नसतील तर मग आपण त्याला फायनाईट सेट असं म्हणू शकत नाहीत, मग आपल्याला त्याला इनफायनाईट सेट असं म्हणावं लागेल. इफ इट इज नॉट फायनाईट देन इट इज इनफायनाईट, अँड इफ इट इज नॉट इनफायनाईट देन इट इज finite. But the actual meaning is, if the number of elements in the set are countable, then it is called finite set. We'll write example. For example, the colors in the rainbow, the set of colors in the rainbow. We know that there are 7 colors in the rainbow, and we know all the colors. We can write that set. So here we'll write A is equals to, into the curly bracket, first color is blue, then yellow, after yellow green, next one is orange, then violet, then red, and last one is indigo. Here we have 7 colors in the rainbow. So this set is finite set. As there are 7 elements, we are able to count the elements in the set, so it is finite set. We can write one more example. The number of students, or the set of the number of students, in your school, number of students in your school, the set of the number of students in your school, तुमच्या शाळेमध्ये असणाऱ्या स्टुडंट्सचा सेट. आता इथं आपल्यासाठी एक चॅलेंज असा आहे किंवा एक जनरल भाग असा आहे की the number of students in the school are countable. the number of students in our school are countable, but we are unable to make the list. आता इथं लिस्ट जर बनवत बसला तुम्ही, सपोज तुमच्या स्कूलमध्ये 720 स्टुडंट्स आहेत, सपोज 5 to 10 पर्यंत, 5वी पासून 10वी पर्यंतचे 720 विद्यार्थी आहेत सर. त्या 720 विद्यार्थ्यांची जर यादी लिहित बसलात तर कदाचित तेवढ्या वेळेमध्ये तुमचा पेपरही संपून गेलेला असेल आणि 1 मार्काचं एक्झाम्पलही तुमचं सॉल्व झालेलं नसेल. सो अशा वेळेस तो सेट लिहिण्याची आवश्यकता नाही आहे. इट इज नॉट नेसेसरी टू राईट द सेट, but you can definitely say that it is finite set. Now you have to write reason there. We are unable to write the set, we are unable to make the list, since we have to write the reason. So here we will write as there are finite students, as there are finite students in the school, therefore it is finite set. Therefore it is finite set. Where we are unable to make the list, there you have to write the reason, and where you are able to make the list, there no need to write the reason, because we know that there are 7 colors in the rainbow. So simply it is finite set. But here we are unable to make the list, so we write here as there are finite students in the school. Number of students in the school is finite, so it is finite set. So this is the third type of the set, that is finite set. We studied first type, that is singleton set. We studied second type, that is empty set, or it is also called as null set. We studied third type, that is finite set, and now we have last but not least, that is fourth type of set, and it is infinite set. And it is too easy. We have meaning here in the word only, first word, that is infinite. Infinite means uncountable, or you can say incountable. If we are unable to count the number of elements in the set, then it is called as infinite set. ज्या संचातील घटक आपल्याला मोजता येत नाहीत त्याला आपण infinite set असं म्हणायचं. If the number of elements in the set, if the number of elements in the set are uncountable, then it is called as infinite set. Then it is called as infinite set. When it is called as infinite set, if we are unable to count the number of elements in the set, then it is called as infinite set. We'll write example. For example, the set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers. The set of natural numbers. As we know that there are infinite natural numbers, you can write the set like this: n is equal to into the curly bracket 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. This symbol indicates, this symbol represents there are infinite elements. We are unable to write all the elements, since we draw the sign here, it represents that there are infinite number of elements, so it is infinite set. You can write one more example, that is the set of whole numbers. The set of whole numbers, it is also infinite set. As there are infinite whole numbers, the set of whole number is infinite set. You can write that set as w is equals to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. It is also infinite set. You can write the set of real numbers, set of rational numbers, set of irrational numbers. All these sets are the infinite set. The set of integers, that is also infinite set. So this is all about the types of the sets. we have four types of sets. First one is singleton set, second one is empty set, third one is finite set, and fourth one is infinite set. And we have next concept, that is equal sets. We have the next concept, that is equal sets. The next concept is equal sets. When two sets are said to be equal, that we have to study here. See the concept, that is equal set. If A and B, if A and B are the two sets, if A and B are the two sets such that all the elements in the set A, all the elements in the set A are there in set B, and all the elements of set B are there in set A, then A and B are called as equal sets. Then A and B are called as equal sets. When two sets are said to be equal sets, if all the elements in the first set are there in the second set, and all the elements in the second set are there in first set. Means if we have the same elements in the both the sets. The another meaning of this statement is, if both the set contains the same element, then these two sets are said to be equal sets. जर दोन्ही संचातील घटक ए या संचातील सर्वच्या सर्व घटक बी मध्ये असतील आणि बी या संचातील सर्वच्या सर्व घटक ए या संचामध्ये असतील, तर ए आणि बी या दोघांना आपण इक्वल सेट असं म्हणू शकतो. असं काही नाही, आता ए आणि बी च्या ऐवजी तुम्ही पी आणि क्यू असे दोन सेट घेऊ शकतात. इफ पी अँड क्यू आर द टू सेट्स सच दॅट all the elements in the set P are there in the set Q, and all the elements in the set Q are there in the set P, then P and Q are called as equal sets. It is too easy. If both the set having same element, then these two sets are said to be equal sets. We will take one example here. For example, A is the set. A is the set of letters in the word notes. A is the set of letters in the word notes, and B is the set of letters in the word stones, or only stone you can write. A is the set of letters in the word notes, and B is the set of letters in the word stone. Now we have to check whether A and B are the equal set or not. Now we have to check whether A and B are the equal set or not. So we have to write both the sets using listing method or the roster form. So here we will write A is equals to, into the curly bracket, the first letter is N, comma, second letter is O, third letter is T, fourth letter is E, and last one is S. So this is the set A. We will represent it as equation 1. We will represent it as equation 1. Now we will write set B by using listing method. B is equal to, into the curly bracket, first letter is S, comma, next letter is T, next letter is O, and next letter is N, and we have E is remaining. S is there, T is there, O is there, N is there, E is remaining. This is the set B. We will represent it as equation 2, and now we have to check whether set A and set B includes the same element or not. See, we have N here, we have N here, we have O here, also we have O, T is here, T is here, E is here, we have E, and S is there. All the elements in the set A are there in the set B. But now again we have to check whether all the elements of B are there in the A or not. A मधील सर्व घटक B मध्ये आहेत हे आपण चेक केलं, परंतु B मधील सर्व घटक A मध्ये आहेत का हे पण चेक करणं आवश्यक आहे. कदाचित असं होऊ शकतं की A मधील सर्व घटक B मध्ये आहेत परंतु B मधले सर्व घटक A मध्ये नाही आहेत, आणि जर असं झालं तर मग ते इक्वल सेट नाही आहेत. सो यू हॅव टू चेक दॅट केअरफुली. नाव हिअर वी हॅव यस इन दी A. Is T is there, we have T is here, O is there, we have O, we have N here, we have N in the set A, and we have E here, we have E in the set A also. So from equation 1 and 2, A is equals to B. Symbolically, the equality of the set is represented as A is equal to B, or you can simply write set A is equal to set B. Using the symbol of equality, symbol of equal, you can represent the equal set. It's too easy, but the important thing, if we have any two sets, if all the elements in the first set are there in the second set, and if all the elements in the second set are there in the first set, then both the set are said to be equal set. And here we have an example. इथे एक एक्झाम्पल आपण घेतलं. आणखीन एखादं एक्झाम्पल घेता येऊ शकतं. इथं A is the set of letters in the word T, that is TEA, and B is the set of letters in the word eat, EAT. So both the sets will be equal. You can take one more example or different example, just we have to change the words here. You will get more and more examples, but it is too easy. If all the elements in the first set are there in the second set, and all the elements in the second set are there in the first, that is very important. A मधील सर्व घटक B मध्ये असले पाहिजेत आणि B मधील सर्वच्या सर्व घटक A मध्ये असले पाहिजेत, तरच A आणि B यांना आपण इक्वल सेट असं म्हणू शकतो आणि सिम्बॉलिकली त्यांना आपण अशा प्रकारे रिप्रेझेंट करू शकतो. दॅट इज व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट. बट रिमेंबर, एव्हरी टाइम वी हॅव टू मेक दी लिस्ट आपल्याकडे अवेलेबल असल्याशिवाय ते इक्वल आहेत का नाही हे आपल्याला डिटरमाइन करता येणार नाही. सो इथं इम्पॉर्टंट आहे. इथं जरी आपल्याला हे साधारण वर्डच्या स्वरूपामध्ये सेट दिलेले असले तरी आपल्याला त्यांची लिस्ट बनवणंच इम्पॉर्टंट आहे, कारण लिस्ट आपल्यासमोर असल्याशिवाय आपल्याला एलिमेंट्स दोघांमधले सेम आहेत का नाही ते चेक करता येणार नाही. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दिस कन्सेप्ट इक्वल सेट. हिअर वी कंप्लीट ऑल दी concepts before the practice set 1.2, that is 4 types of sets, and this is equal sets. 2 concepts we studied before 1.2, and now we have to study the practice set 1.2. We will study that practice set 1.2 into the next video. Thank you.